Hello and welcome. In today's recipe, I'll be showing you how to make Chiles Rellenos Baja style. We will be filling these chiles with octopus and shrimp. We're gonna be adding a diabla sauce, and we're gonna add a nice, delicious, luxurious sauce over the top that you don't wanna miss. The ingredient that you do have to have for this recipe are some poblanos. We are gonna roast these peppers. You can do it on a gas grill, you can do it on an electric burner, and as you can see here, it just gives you a different aesthetic, but you're able to peel the chiles, and that's what we wanna achieve. So just place your chiles, and we're gonna continue to roast them until they're completely roasted. I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment. Place your chiles into a bowl, a bag, just somewhere where they can steam for about 5 to 6 minutes. And I like to use this bowl. It's been working great for my chiles. All you wanna do is remove the skin and the seeds, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. And after about 5 minutes, you'll see that placing it in the bowl with the lid, it just calls for an easier removal of the skin. Just like that, just take it easy, be gentle. Don't press too hard because you don't wanna have too many slits in your chile. And we want all our filling to stay in there. So just be gentle. See how easy it comes off?
Mm-hmm. It smells like a Mexican restaurant in here.
Doesn't
it? Smells really nice.
Ooh, it's getting you excited, Cloud. Yay. Once you remove all the skin, go ahead and start making a slit. Sometimes they're so soft that they give you the slit on their own, like this one did to me. And you have to be really careful in here. Some of you like the seeds in here. I'm gonna tell you I am not one of them, and any tia that I had that had seeds in her Chiles Rellenos or any restaurant that I go to, I am not interested. That's just me.
Well, I like when you remove that part too, because you're also removing any potential spicy vines in there, veins.
Yeah,
you called it.
Yeah, the veins. Yeah, you are, and just remove all the seeds out of there. Nobody wants to bite into these seeds, they're a bit coarse. Once you've prepped your chile, you want to add your all-purpose flour to your chile, and that's going to allow the egg batter to adhere to our chile. Give it a gentle shake and set it to the side. Take your octopus and place it on your cutting board. And what we want to do is we want to cut the ends. And now we are just gonna make sure that our octopus is nice and clean. And if you turn this over, sometimes you can find a little ink sac in here and extras. So you just wanna make sure you remove them. Luckily, my octopus came fairly cleaned. The other thing we wanna do is we wanna cut the beak, the little mouth, that little hole right there. That's what that is. And you just wanna cut it out, just like that. You can do this before or after you cook it, but I like to do it before. I'm very lucky. I'm using a frozen octopus, and I just thawed it out, and luckily where I purchased it from, I don't have to worry about any of the ink sacs, which is nice. We have a little eye over here, which we're gonna remove. And right at the bottom, you're gonna see where the eyes would be. You can slice them out or you can keep them in. It's gonna be up to you. Feel around. If you see anything that's pokey, you wanna cut it out, but for us, we are perfectly fine there. What you wanna do next is you wanna spread your octopus, and in between the tissue there, you wanna do a slice through all of them, okay? Just slice it like that. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna give you a pretty looking octopus when it comes out of that Instant Pot. So I'm gonna do the same thing for the rest of the connective tissue here. And you guys have jokes. You guys are gonna say, Steph, you're acting like you're performing surgery whenever you're cutting into protein. Friends, just treat it with respect, okay? That's all we're looking for. Some respect.
My mouth is watering.
Oh my goodness, did you hear that? Cloud's mouth is watering because she knows how buttery this octopus is gonna be.
Stop the production.
What'd you do last night, Cloud?
I'm not gonna say.
And what you want to do next is you want to add salt. You can put this in your bowl, but I'm going to keep it on here just so that you guys can see it. But at home, to keep yourselves clean, place it in your bowl and add the salt and massage and clean it in here. But for us, we're going to do it just on top of this cutting board so that you guys can see. And you want to make sure that you're massaging each tentacle gently while scrubbing off any kind of excess that you see on the skin. And you'll see that once you use the salt, it turns the skin really smooth. Do you see that?
I do. Nice.
You can feel it. Yeah, it is exfoliating the tentacles. And be thorough about it, okay? Really get in there. This is the funnest thing that I've done in a very long time, I'm just saying.
It's fun to watch.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. It feels like I'm on the set of a cooking show.
Oh, wow, Cloud. Welcome to our show,
Hi.
friends. She sounded like you guys in the comments now, you guys. She doesn't realize that I'm giving you guys a cooking show here. Okay, I'm stumbling. Once you've massaged and exfoliated your octopus, you want to make sure to place it in your bowl because we are going to insert this in the pressure cooker. Set your pressure cooker on warm, and you want to make sure you're adding hot water. If you guys like this kettle, I'll link it in the description area. And by I mean Cloud. Thanks, Cloud. We love you.
Happy to help. Love you guys too.
To your hot water, you're going to add your salt and your Mexican oregano. White vinegar.
I love the way the white vinegar tastes with smells with
Mexican oregano. You know it's gonna be good. If you know it's gonna be good, give us a thumbs up and leave your comment. Hey!
And while you're here, you might as well subscribe.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you guys. Next, you wanna get a good grip on your octopus. So when you're picking it up, just grab it right there. And we're just gonna dip it in a few times, okay? In that hot water. Move it around. Do you see how the tentacles start to curl up? Yes. We want to give this a really pretty look. So once you're done having fun dipping your tentacles into that hot water and you see that your tentacles have curled beautifully, go ahead and place all your octopus nicely into your pressure cooker. Since we had on keep warm, we're going to go ahead and cancel that and we're going to pressure cook for 15 minutes. Ooh, our octopus is ready. Ta-da! How beautiful does our octopus look?
And you did a wonderful job.
Isn't it amazing? It kept the integrity of the color. When you take your octopus out of your pressure cooker, you're gonna see that sometimes the impurities stick, and that's okay. Just get a cloth or a wet paper towel and just wipe it down. It's not necessary. But you know, it's gonna be up to you. Go ahead and start slicing the tentacles so that we can cut this into small little bite-sized pieces. Sorry friends, we got ahead of ourselves and took a nice taste of this octopus. And all you wanna do is just slice it into small little pieces.
If you use this cooking method, you're not gonna have to worry about that extra chewing that you do when the octopus is not properly cooked. This is cooked to perfection.
It is. It just melts in your mouth. It's softer than chicken, less chewy than shrimp. And I think just the aesthetic usually turns people off, but the flavor is just out of this world.
It's buttery.
A lot of people are sleeping on octopus. And if you're not, you're gonna love this dish. And boom, done. I'm just gonna place our chopped octopus right next to our raw shrimp. To your pan, you want to add a drizzle of olive oil, butter, and you want to add your onions, add your garlic, and we just want to cook this for about 4 to 5 minutes on a medium-low heat, just until you see your onions sweat a bit, they become a little bit translucent. That's going to amplify the flavor of our sauce. Can you smell that, Cloud?
I love it when a garlic and onion hit the pan with oil.
Say ah! This smells absolutely divine. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna add all of our ingredients into our blender. And you don't wanna wash your pan just yet. We wanna keep our infused oil because we're gonna come back and finish cooking our sauce. In this cup, I have hot water with our chicken bouillon blend, but if you have fresh chicken broth, you can use that. So just make sure that when you're pouring it in, it's nice and hot. I've removed the seeds from the chipotle and we're just gonna add that to our blender. Ooh, I was hoping that didn't splash on me. Today I'm using a finely shredded mozzarella cheese, but I suggest you use whatever cheese you like. And what I mean by that, any kind of cheese that melts will work perfectly for this recipe. But I really like mozzarella. What can I say? If you like mozzarella, let us know in the comments. Mexican oregano, ground cumin, black pepper, and last but not least, some half and half. If all you have is heavy whipping cream, perfect, it's just a creamier consistency. But for this recipe, you want it a little bit loose, so I suggest to use half and half. And next, you want to blend until smooth, and that should take you anywhere from 30 to 45 seconds if you're using a high-powered blender. And boom, done! Place your pan on a medium heat, and you're gonna add your sauce. Once you reach a boil for your sauce, you want to set your pan on a simmer. You want to stir periodically. You do not want to overcook this sauce, and you only want to cook it for another 6 to 8 minutes. And after 6 to 8 minutes, go ahead and turn your burner off and set your delicious sauce to the side. To your pot of boiling water, you want to add your onion, your guajillo chilies, and make sure to remove the stem and the seeds, as many as you can. Your chiles de árbol, tomatoes, and we're going to continue to boil for about 8 to 10 minutes, just until you see your chiles and your tomatoes are nice and soft. After 8 to 10 minutes, you're going to notice that all of your ingredients are nice and soft, so all we're going to do now is we're going to place them in our blender. Add your chipotles. And this is a wonderful recipe because sometimes we open a can of chipotles and we only use 2 and then we have to refrigerate. But for this particular recipe, it's so great because you get to use the whole can of chipotle. That makes me happy. And the same with our chicken broth. I'm using water and chicken bouillon, but if you have fresh chicken broth, you can use that. If you like a seafood broth, you can use that as well. And just pour it right on into the blender. And now we're just gonna blend until smooth. And boom, done. Set your burner on a medium heat and add your sauce. Continue to cook your sauce for about 4 to 5 minutes on a low heat and stir periodically. After you've been cooking your sauce for 4 to 5 minutes, you want to turn it off. You want to add your octopus and your uncooked shrimp.
We're not in the business of overcooking shrimp these days.
You don't want to overcook your shrimp, so you just want to add them into your sauce, combine them well, and we still have to cook this a little bit longer, so that prevents for overcooking and chewy shrimp. Go ahead and place a lid over your pan and set this to the side. Next, you want to fill it with your favorite cheese. Today I'm using Oaxaca. Then you want to fill it with our delicious a la diabla seafood mix we have going on here. Friends, if for some reason you don't have access to shrimp or to octopus or something like that, you can make this with imitation crab meat. It works. King crab works great too.
Make it comfortable for your home.
That is correct. And I'm just gonna set these to the side until we're ready to dip in our batter. I've divided our eggs into our egg whites and our egg yolks, and I have our all-purpose flour here. You wanna make sure that you're using room temperature eggs. And now we are just gonna beat our eggs until they have a soft peak, kind of like our tres leches cake. You do not wanna overbeat your egg whites at this moment, but we're gonna be here for a little bit, especially because I'm using our hand mixer, which is what I love to use for our chiles rellenos. Let's get started. And we are all set. Some nice fluffy little clouds. You see that little soft peak?
I see it.
That's what we're looking for. If you push it, when you start seeing it this, within like 20 seconds on here, you're gonna get really stiff peaks and it's gonna change the outcome of the texture of your chiles.
Thanks for the tip.
Okay, so now we're gonna add our egg yolks, and let me just turn this on. There we go. And we're gonna slowly incorporate them into our mix here. We're gonna incorporate our egg yolks a little bit at a time, and we're gonna start folding them in. Be very gentle with this part. Just like this, quick little fold. Down the middle, quick little fold. That little mixture really mixed them up well in there. I like that.
They look beautiful.
Thank you, thank you. I know you don't like it when I use this word, guys, but these egg yolks look really sexy. I'm just saying, they really do.
They're showing off.
They really are. Be very, very gentle. My stomach's growling, it's me today.
I appreciate it. Somebody feed her.
I need to be fed. Once you see that you incorporated your egg yolks pretty good, you're gonna start sprinkling in some flour, and we're gonna fold it in. And sprinkle a little bit at a time because we don't want this to go flat. We want it to stay nice and fluffy. And you know, this is my mother's method that I'm using. And I think my mother's changed the way that people make chiles rellenos all over the world. So shout out to my mother.
Hello, Mom.
You know what's really cool? That the first time I ever made these, I made them on a mukbang style.
You did, I remember.
If you guys remember that. Yeah, it was my first time. I was really excited because I do baby myself about certain dishes that I only allow certain people to make for me. Or I only eat them with certain people.
For some reason, this is a dish I find that most Mexican men go home to eat with their mom. Unless they've got, you know, they've got it locked down in the kitchen, they can make their own, or their partner can make them some. But usually I find that the Mexican men, that's where they go. You find them at their mom's.
Girl, I've known men. I've had a lot of guy friends, and let me tell you, Cloud is correct. Men will brag about their mother's chile rellenos and tamales, right? And the tortillas. Those are the basic ones. And enchiladas, yeah. So regardless of what you make, if you want to get into your man's good gracious or your partner's, make sure you find out how these mamas are making them. Be good to the mamas.
But you're welcome to borrow our recipes.
You might change their mind.
Might change their mind, that's right.
Suegras.
Look away.
I mean well, but look away. All right, friends.
The suegras need a break too.
They do need a break, so learn how to make them. All right, friends, we're set with our batter. I'm just gonna heat up our oil real quickly, and then we're just gonna dip and pour it right into our oil. You guys have seen it before. If you guys need extra help, make sure to follow the detailed recipe. I'll link it in the description area and here at the end where you can just click my picture of the chiles rellenos and it'll take you straight there. Checking our oil and it's nice and ready. Let's go ahead and place our chile relleno in here. Go ahead and place it into your egg batter. Ooh, I'm gonna need my spoon to help me. Go ahead and cover it just like that. It's having hot mom summer in there. Go ahead and bring it up. And we're gonna drop it because it's hot. And any extra on the spoon, go ahead and just put it at the top like that. And one thing my mother is known for on how big her chiles are. Right?
She is.
She makes the fluffiest, largest chiles you're gonna have.
That's a good reputation to have, Mom.
It is. Go ahead and bring some of that oil to bathe the chile just like this.
I'm feeling a little jealous of this chile right now.
It's having the best bath ever. If you're wondering what kind of oil I'm using today I'm using peanut oil, but you can make it comfortable for your home. And you want to make sure to bathe it with the oil before you give it that flip, okay?
You want to seal that first layer of the egg batter? Is that what you're doing?
Yes. And you're gonna need 2 spatulas to flip it over. Be quick. There we go. Woo! You guys want that side angle that we learned from Cloud? Hey! And this is done quickly, as quick as you cook eggs. Everything's nice and warm in there. I'm gonna lift it up so you guys can see how thick that is. That is not a joke. Do you see how nothing fell out of that chile relleno? It is absolutely perfect, amigos. All of you can make this. Just take your time, okay? So after about 2 to 3 minutes of bathing in the oil, it's time to take them out. I'm gonna continue with the rest of their chiles, and then I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna plate this delicious chile relleno. Before we add our chiles, I like to put a little bit of the sauce here at the bottom. You know, a little extra, we all love. Next, your chile. And boom, done, amigos. We are ready to eat this deliciousness. Oh my goodness. Isn't that beautiful? You get different tones of red sauce. Say ah. Oh man, that's perfect. We have such a wonderful combination of chiles that you can taste the smokiness from the chipotle, but it really doesn't minimize the flavor that you have from your a la diabla sauce from the filling. So good. It's so good. What I really love about this dish is the texture of the octopus and the shrimp complement the fluffiness and the tenderness from your chile relleno. To all of you that love spicy seafood, you're gonna absolutely love this dish. Please make sure to come back and let us know in your comments your thoughts. We would love to know all about it. As always, Cloud and I are wishing you the best. We absolutely adore you, and we want to give a special thank you to our bell notification squad. You guys get here within the first 30 minutes, and you guys know that if you're here within the first 30 minutes, we get to chat a little bit and act silly. And on that one, amigos, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!